Today we are talking about how to overcome your fear of speaking when it comes to language learning. What I'll be talking about in today's video is number 1, analyze and go easy on yourself. Number 2, prepare situational conversations in advance. Number 3, practice in a safe environment. And number 4, don't take it so seriously. So let's start with acknowledging it and taking it easy on yourself. This is acknowledging your fear and saying it is okay to be afraid of making mistakes. This is a normal human reaction, but this shouldn't hold me back from speaking to people. If it is your goal to talk in the language, to speak in the language that you're learning, you need to get over this fear. And I'm saying it simply, it's not a fear that you should have. The reason I'm saying this is because most people who you are going to be talking to are going to be understanding and helpful in your situation. If you're talking to a language tutor, that's their job. Their job is to help you speak, and it's okay if you make mistakes. If you're talking to a native speaker, of course you're not a native speaker yourself. They're going to be understanding of you making mistakes. So go easy on yourself. Just say, okay, I acknowledge this fear, but I'm going to try my best to get over it. My dad would push me, like not physically, but he would nudge me when I was in coffee shops and I overheard someone speaking Korean or Arabic. He would say, go talk to them, go talk to them. And if it weren't for my dad's little shove for me to be like, okay dad, I'll go talk to them, I wouldn't have made friends who speak the language, and I wouldn't have practiced the language in different situations. And I know it's not like the best advice to tell you to go to a cafe and eavesdrop and see if someone speaks the language and go and talk to them, but that's what worked for me. Honestly, I was just sitting in cafes and I went up to people and I'm like, I'm so sorry to bother you. I heard you're speaking Arabic. I lived in the UAE and I'm learning Arabic, and I'd love to just practice with you for a minute if that's okay. And 99% of the time, people are going to be like, oh my goodness, you speak the language. Wow, have a seat. Let's have a chat. And that's what helped me get over the fear of speaking, is just to put myself in those situations. Number 2 is to prepare situational vocab ahead of time. When I'm taking lessons online, I know that my tutor is going to ask me specific things, such as how was your day? What are you working on? What kind of projects are you doing at work? How was your weekend? Those types of questions. And what I like to do is prepare some phrases in advance. So I'll sit down and I'll write what I think my tutor is going to ask me, and then some vocabulary and phrases that can be useful for the answers. This is specifically for beginners. This is not something you do when you're intermediate or advanced, because you will be able to answer on demand when you're intermediate or advanced. But if you are a beginner, you can write down some phrases that might be helpful, and you can practice those in before you have your lessons. I also recommend going to a language exchange. If you check on meetup.com, there might be language exchanges in your area. I think Duolingo still has language exchanges in different cities. There are Facebook groups, there are Discord servers where you can practice languages with people. Just do some searches on different social media platforms and you are bound to find a language exchange group where you can practice with people in a safe environment. And that takes me to point number 3, which is practicing in a safe environment. So that would be at the language exchange, where there are people who are learning with you and who are willing to help you, and also practicing with a tutor. I have discount codes for italki below if you want to practice with an italki tutor. This video is not sponsored, but do check them out if you are looking for a language tutor. They're fantastic. That's what I use for most of my languages. And just book a lesson with a tutor and acknowledge that this is a safe space. This tutor is not going to judge me. They're here to help me. And take your lesson without that fear. Talk yourself out of it and say, this is meant for me to be learning this language. I have no fear, and put yourself in a positive mindset before you take your lesson. And the fourth point is don't take it so seriously. People place so much emphasis on speaking and why it's such an important skill that it can put a lot of pressure on us, and that's scary. We don't need that extra pressure. Life is hard enough. So take that pressure off of yourself, even if you need to do some affirmations and tell yourself, I am capable, I am good at learning this language, I can try this, I want to be able to speak. Talk positive things, speak life into your language learning. And don't take it so seriously. If you make a mistake, that's okay, that's human, that's normal. No one is going to laugh at you. It's absolutely fine. But you have to put yourself in situations where you're going to use the language, because if you want to speak it, you have to speak it. That's the only way you're going to improve your speaking. However, there is ways that you can practice language on your own by talking to yourself. You can also talk to a language exchange partner on an app like Tandem or HelloTalk or Hi Native. And what you can also do is watch my video on how to practice language by yourself, practicing languages alone. So that video might be helpful for you to check out. I hope this video has been helpful for you, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!